What's up, Pearl?
Pearl!
Ooh, it's a little steamy. How is it going, boys and girls? Welcome back to Key West Waterman. My name is Aaron Young. It is a beautiful, say Monday? Someday. Beautiful someday in Key West. I think it's Monday. Anyways, it's one of those days you see few and far between. In the winter down here, the wind is completely still. There's no wind. The ocean is a lake. And I've always wanted to shoot a wahoo out of the Gheenoe. So that's what we're gonna go do today. This is my lovely wife, Madeline. If by chance you're new to the channel. We've got, wow. We've got all the dive gear, blue water guns, floats, float lines. We've got a fish bag because what we're going after is not going to fit in the regular cooler, flashers, and safety devices that we need just in case. And I've got a lot of buddies that are already out there, so jets are flying. Worst case scenario, we've got a float plan. We've got other people out there that could take care of us, but the weather report says it's supposed to be 0 mile an hour till about 7 p.m. tonight. So it's 1 in the afternoon. Jets are going to interrupt me, but we're heading out. We're going to go try and find a wahoo. So we've got a little bit of a run. I'm going to put the camera up. We've got quite a range on this boat. I put a 10-gallon fuel tank in it, and on average I get about 9 miles to the gallon. So we've got more than enough fuel. Don't need any extra fuel tanks or anything, but yeah, we've got a little bit of a run, so I will I'll see you once we get out there, hopefully. Woo! Look at that water. We are here. Nice blue water. Time's a wasting. We're gonna get suited up. See if we can find the elusive wahoo. So I'm sure you're wondering how all this is gonna work. Just being 2 of us and being a small boat, this boat is small enough that you can actually swim with it and drag it. So we're actually gonna both get in the water and hang on to the side of the boat. And I have what's referred to as a, I think they call them drift socks or sea anchors. Essentially it's a big water parachute. And I'm gonna clip this off to the bow of the boat and toss this in the water. And what this does is it makes the boat less receptive to the wind. It's not gonna drift nearly as fast with the wind, so it'll go with the current, which is the way that we're going. We're gonna be hanging onto the boat as well, and tethered to the boat. Not tethered like physically, but we're gonna be hanging onto the boat. And this drift sock will prevent the boat from floating away. Say we need to swim away for just a sec, the drift sock just makes the boat float with the current like we are, instead of the wind. So that's what we're doing. We're being extra safe, I promise. And I've got friends in the area that if something were to happen, they're keeping an eye on us. So rest easy, we're being safe. But, we're ready to go. We're gonna get suited up and hop in. See if we can find one of these things. Welcome back underwater, everybody. As always, I'm gonna share my thoughts and talk through some of these dives, but I'm gonna let this clip roll. Something unique happened in this video that normally doesn't happen with wahoo videos, and I captured, I think every time I captured the wahoo actually swimming in. Doesn't happen a whole lot, just because they usually sneak up on you, but I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna let this clip roll and we'll discuss a little further. I'm just gonna keep the flashers in the boat. That way it's one less thing we gotta worry about. So if you shoot a fish or I shoot a fish, the opposite person will probably both hop in the boat, depending how much it runs, hypothetically speaking, if we shoot one. And if it's close enough, whoever shot it can chase it and the other will hop in the boat and just stay on top of them, okay? Just never leave the boat too far, more than, 20, 30 feet. Baby, there's wahoo right behind the boat. So, sitting there talking to Madeline, little did I know there's wahoo swimming underneath me. I probably would have had a better chance at these if I would have seen them come in. been in the water 5 minutes, and I probably had a shot here. Just, it happened so fast. I had just loaded my gun. I just wasn't ready, wasn't convinced. I wanted to get a little bit of a closer shot. Don't want to start the day with a miss. Stay with the boat, baby. Stay with the boat. So as I throw that flasher, Madeline's gun's not even ready, so I told her to stay with the boat. As I throw that flasher, you want to drop as the fish is approaching it, not once the fish gets to it. Because once they get close to it and realize that it's not a fish, they're quickly going to turn away and kind of take off. And I probably had a shot here. I got a little greedy. I was trying to lean into the bigger ones, but yeah, couldn't believe it. These fish just showed up like immediately. That's one way to start the day. And after a certain point, I think it's better to just leave them alone. It's kind of situational. Sometimes you can get them to turn. Just depends how much time you want to spend chasing them. But I after a few throws and a few attempts trying to close the gap, I just felt like it was best to leave them be. I'm gonna back off of them. They're not having it. I probably had a shot, but it would have been a little rushed. I'm coming to you. Dude, you can't make that up. If I had my head out of the water. If I would have seen them come in, they were friendly at first, but once they get past you, it's too hard.
That was crazy.
Wow, that was crazy.
That was the most I've ever seen.
So here's that drift sock, excuse me, in action. There really wasn't any wind, so it wasn't doing much, but that's the concept. Is it's pretty much an underwater parachute. It just slows the boat down if there is wind, and you can use it on the bigger boats. We used to use it drift fishing sometimes, but it does come in handy. So I didn't realize I had my camera on. We decided to just finish the drift. We had seen so many fish, just decided to leave the boat, continue the drift. And you look at the surface here, I glanced to the right. I didn't realize my camera was on. You see a wahoo, just briefly. And I hit the camera because I thought it was off, and it was actually on. But so I actually got the wahoo coming in again, and they're like ghosts. You're sitting there 1 second, and the next you turn around and they're there. And this very well could have been the same school. I didn't count them all, and they all look so similar, it's hard to tell. But this was about maybe 15 minutes later. And that little pipe I'm throwing is just a throw flasher. It's just PVC and mirror vinyl. It's supposed to mimic like a dead fish or just something shiny, just to intrigue them, so you can, help close the gap. So I fling that out.
It's weird, they won't turn.
In the direction that they are swimming. You don't want to throw it right at them. You don't want to throw it super far away from them. You kind of want to throw it in the direction that they're swimming between you and the fish. And you can see it worked. This fish comes around, turns around, and I thought I had a good shot. Line up. I'm going to shoot it in the back of the tail, and it looks like it just went high. And even this was a little rushed. Not a big fan of that running away shot, that facing away 45. It's a smaller window. It's kind of a weird angle. I should have waited, but I really, really wanted to shoot one on the Gheenoe, so got a little bit excited there.
I don't know what that was. Baby, they're coming back towards the boat.
And honestly, I don't know, maybe once, maybe twice a year I miss a wahoo, and it doesn't happen very often for me, but I promise every time it helps me slow down and just reminds me to take my time. It's humbling every single time. But yeah, I just flat out missed it.
I don't know what that was. I just flat out missed, I guess. I was well within range.
You saw them going back towards the boat?
They circled around, but then they turned right back around. Well, that is one way to start it. I'm pretty sure my camera was on. That was hectic. I mean, I had just finished loading the gun, turned around. There's, I don't know, maybe 10 of them. Did a drop, wasn't really ready. I just felt a little too anxious to pull a trigger, and I probably was close enough, and then decided to finish the drift. Had another, what do you think, maybe another 10 or 12 come in?
Yeah.
I thought I was close enough, I don't know. I can't wait to see the video, watch it back. I think I went over it, but I felt like I was close enough. I felt comfortable. I just took a shot, and quite frankly, it missed. But and we had one more solo come in. We've been here, I'm not exaggerating, about 25 minutes. So expectations are high. We're gonna get set back up on another drift, and hopefully we'll get a shot here. Another shot, a fourth shot. Fourth time's a charm. So we get set back up, and kind of where we had seen them the first time, and get ready for our second drift. All right, this is the one. And something I did want to say, I mentioned it another time in this video. These Ghenoes are not built to go offshore. If you take these offshore, do so at your own risk. Just because I did it doesn't mean you should. They are not built for choppy water. They're not built for the open ocean. I was very selective on this day. I would never take this boat out unless it was completely slick calm. And if you do so at your own risk. So like I said, this is our second drift, and I'm just going to let this clip roll for a couple moments. It's not often you actually film the Wahoo coming in, so this was pretty neat. See those little bonitas? They love to eat those.
That's what I was about to ask.
Huh? Wahoo candy. So just like that, I look down and there's more Wahoo coming in. I'm trying to holler at Madeline because I already took my shot and missed. I wanted her to take a shot, and I know she gets nervous about this kind of stuff. So I'm hollering at her to drop, and she won't drop, so I decide, well, I guess I'm going to drop. And because these fish are deeper, I didn't throw my throw flasher. I kept it in my hand. And kind of the same scenario, fish comes back around. This one stayed a little more broadside, I felt like, for a second, and then it starts to do that away 45. I aim it just a little bit lower, and luckily it connects. I didn't even realize I had such tunnel vision, I didn't realize my float line was wrapped around my gun, but got it cleared, and now the chase is on. To the boat, baby. Oh, and something else I wanted to mention. I feel like I'm always dumping information up to you guys in the diving, because I always forget to say it in the video. But if you want any merch or spear guns, please make sure you have those orders in before December 14th if you want to guarantee Christmas delivery. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. I just wanted to let you know. Before December 14th, make sure you have them in. Huh? Come to the boat. Other side, other side, other side. You good? That gun on safety? I'm gonna fight him. Just stay in the boat just in case I need you. Whew. This
camera's right here if I get them up topside. If you get a sec, pull your float in too, just to avoid any trouble.
So this fish didn't really make a huge run. It ran pretty good, but it ran more up and down, and then it planed out. But you can see the shark showing up, and I wasn't super confident in the shot, but at the same time, you know, I don't want it to get eaten by a shark, and I don't want it to tear out. So you just find a happy medium of how much pressure to put on it, and it actually wore itself out pretty quickly. So it let me get quite a bit of line in a short time.
Get ready. If I get mine in my hand, there's more right here.
A lot of times they'll, if they're in a school, they'll follow the one you shot just to, I don't know, out of curiosity or whatnot. That you could see that there was one or two off in the distance, and I was hoping they were going to hang around so Madeline can get her shot, but not a monster, but I could not believe it.
There's one right here next to the boat if you're ready. I don't know if he's going to stay. Go ahead. I got a shark. There, he took off. Wahoo in the Gheenoe, baby.
Hold it up.
I never thought I'd see the day.
Hey, what'd you get? Yeah.
A Wahoo and a Gheenoe, baby.
Wow.
Watch your
It's a good
toesies.
one. Oh yeah, let me get my.
Second time is the charm.
This is the coolest thing
I
ever.
would see the day.
Yeah, this is
Are
the
you
coolest
kidding
thing
me?
ever.
Oh man.
Wow.
Good work, baby. Give me some.
I didn't do anything.
You were there. You're my dog buddy. What are you talking about? I heard you squeal at the sharks. It scared the crap out of them.
Hell yeah.
Hold him up.
Yeah. Oh, you gutted him. What? This is the coolest thing. Wow,
Wahoo
babe.
on a Gheenoe. Oh my.
Has
day.
it ever been done?
I have no idea. My year is made. No one's probably dumb enough to try it.
I mean,
All right, we're gonna get this thing iced.
these conditions are pretty dumb, that's for sure.
Iced and fixed up, and we'll maybe do another drift. See if Malik can get one. I had a good buddy of mine let me borrow this ice bag, so maybe we'll try and shoot one for Mr. Donnie. Oh, wow, so cool. Some days they're just on. We've been out here, what, an hour and a half? No,
Not even.
Probably an hour and 10 minutes, maybe. Not a big one, but a perfect eater. Could not be more thankful.
Also, after you shot him,
Thank you, buddy.
there were a lot more bonito
Yeah.
like swirling around,
Yeah.
so there's more to be
Yeah,
shot.
that's why they're here. We're gonna get this fish taken care of and hop back in the water for a couple more drifts. Oh, he's perfect. It's like it was meant to be. That's why I shot the small one. He wouldn't have fit. Thank you, Mr. Barrios, for the fish bag.
Oh, DJ gave it to you?
DJ and his father. I met him last night.
We have plenty
They're gonna-
of space for me.
We're gonna get some Wahoo steaks.
So we kept drifting about 2 more hours. Actually didn't see much. We kind of tried a little different area, and then we moved back to where we were seeing them. I was trying to anticipate what the current would be doing, but again, had my camera on, and they just happened to show up while the clip was rolling, so this is pretty neat.
Baby, behind me, right behind me.
They always just sneak up on you. You're just looking around, and you turn around and they're there.
Safety off.
So this was actually a really big school of fish. It was probably 30 or 40 fish. The water got a little fuzzy and later in the day when the sun started to go down, so you can't really see them all. But I didn't have a gun. Really wanted Madeline to get her shot on one. And you try not to chase them like this, but she was really determined. And you know, sometimes you just gotta send it. And she chases them and takes a shot, and it hits the wahoo, and it takes off and fish on.
Fish on! Stay with it if you can. Swim after him. Just hang on to your gun. I'll be there in a sec. Madeline is hooked up. I don't know if I got that on camera, but that buoy went flying. He's still on there? Still on?
I don't think he's still on.
He came off?
Hold on.
He tore out? Oh no. No, you would know. Swim, just in case, swim, like, don't bundle that up around you, baby. Swim, as you're pulling line up, move. He came off? Oh. Could you tell where you hit him?
I thought I did a good shot. Like, kind of like where you shot yours.
Yeah.
But
It happens sometimes.
there's so many.
There was that. That was
like couldn't focus because there were so
that was the what we call the wolf pack. I'm sorry, baby.
Man, that sucks.
It happens. Sometimes you tear out, unfortunately.
How cool
It's
was that?
the nature of the game. I know, that would have been neat. I'm sorry, baby. You hit it. You did a good job. You hit it.
Can we do one more or no?
We're flirting. We're dancing with the devil with the wind. The wind kind of switched north-northeast, or north-northwest, which is not a good thing. But it's up to you. We can try one real quick if you want. Alrighty. Well, we are done out here. Unfortunately, Madeline got a shot on one and it tore out. But sometimes that's the way it goes. That's just hunting. She said she hit it back low, so hopefully the fish is okay, but you never know. Unfortunately, that is a part of it sometimes. But we've got our one fish. I'm pretty thrilled. First wahoo in Gheenoe.
Yeah.
Thanks to my dive partner. But we've got a little bit of a run. We've stayed a little later than I wanted to, but it's wahoo fever. But we will, we're gonna get back, get the boat cleaned up. We've got a lot of gear to go through and clean up, and probably gonna let this fish rest overnight, and we'll get it flayed up and we'll cook something up with it. We'll see you in a bit. Had to stop for a sec to soak this in.
So pretty. It never does justice.
Never does.
It's like hot pink and orange.
It's better than no sunset. Back at the house, getting everything tucked away and cleaned up, getting the boat scrubbed. But one of the coolest things, and I think I forgot to mention this, but I just want to be clear. Ghenoes are not built for going offshore, so if you do take a Gheenoe offshore, please do it at your own risk. Just because I do dumb stuff doesn't mean you guys should. But this is probably the coolest thing about this boat is right here. This is my trip fuel. I burnt 3.7 gallons of gas. So I've got a Wahoo that's worth a couple $100 if you were to buy it from the market for, what's gas right now? Conservatively 4.5. So 15 bucks in gas. I will take it. That was a great day. But again, I'm gonna let this fish rest overnight, we'll get it filleted up in the morning and we'll have something to eat tomorrow with it. I'll see you then. Ooh. Might be pushing the limit of this table. So we've let our Wahoo chill overnight. Tipsy, you're in the splash zone. What are you doing? And if you're new to the channel, I like to let fish rest overnight. They firm up a bit, get a little easier to fillet, and I think there's a better texture when you go to eat them. Normally when I take Wahoo down, I take it in sections and then skin it out from the center. I'm going to show you a different way you can fillet it. There's multiple ways you can fillet Wahoo. Several ways actually. But I'm going to show you a little different one than what I would normally do. And this, I think this way is a little easier on smaller fish. This fish is, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 pounds. It's a bit smaller. Like I said, normally I take this down in sections. I'm going to take the whole fillet off and show you just a different style. As you watch your nose. If you can't tell, Tipsy loves fish. Whoop. Little scraps there for you. Get all the way through to the backbone, the spine. You just try and hug as close as you can to the bone so you're not leaving a bunch of meat on top there. Tizzy, I don't need your help, Mama. You'll get some, you just gotta be patient. Now through on both sides. So I'm gonna start working over. And I like a serrated knife to go through the ribs. Some people go over the ribs, some cut through them. I'm one of the guys that likes to cut through them. You can see if I go up like this. And again, I'm just trying to ride as close to the bone as possible. Oh, I'm not leaving anything on there. And kind of come over and down. You can hear that crunching. Those are the rib bones. And once I get all the way through the ribs, go back to my regular knife. Over and down. Oh. I made a mistake there. I felt it the second I did it. Just went a little high. You can see the shave just a little off there. That's okay. I can still use that. Don't like that to peel because the mackerel's so soft it will peel right back. All right. So you see, when I came over, I missed a little right there. That's okay. We'll scrape that off, but I just hit it and it flakes just a little bit. That is still very usable meat. All right, so I'm gonna take, this is our belly section and our rib bones. I'm gonna take that off. It's actually great for smoking. You can smoke the bellies or just eat the ribs on the grill or something. Take that section off. And now, Wahoo have pin bones. They run somewhere around here, and then it does have a bloodline that's going to run all the way back. So what I'm going to do, you try to be careful with this. I'm going to start somewhere here in the middle. Run right down the center, because I'm going to take that bloodline out anyways. So right down the center. Oh. all the way down. And by center, I mean just left of and just right of, or above and below that bloodline. You'll see the white line, and there's a little bit of bloodline around it. Because I'm going to cut that out anyway, so I cut it out in the process. All right, so I've got my loin, still skin on. Bones are on this side, bloodline's on this side, so now I don't have to do a little bit of trimming, so now I can just come here and take it in sections, just like this. And that's clean. That hasn't hit any scales, it hasn't hit anything, so the skin or the scales or anything's gonna go straight into the bag. Beautiful, beautiful Wahoo. If you want to rinse these in fresh water, or excuse me, not fresh water, salt water, it's not a big deal. And once I get these in the kitchen, away from this, I'll take that bloodline off. But that is how I do it this way. Again, just a little different technique, same result. Some people like to do it this way, some people like the other way. I've seen quite a variety of techniques. So I'm going to finish this up. Hopefully you got the gist of it. Now I just do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take those bones out and then take it off the skin just like I did. But I'm going to finish this up and we'll see you in the kitchen here in a few. Alrighty, I am in the kitchen, obviously. I'm gonna make up a little bit of lunch. I'm kind of having a lazy day off. Excuse the mess, we've been not really cleaning up after ourselves lately, but I'm gonna make a little bit of lunch. Madeline had to run out, she had a showing this afternoon. By the way, friendly reminder, if you're looking to buy or sell in the Florida Keys, my wife is a realtor and her info is in the description. But got my Wahoo. I wanted to, this is not going to be so much about the recipe as it is going to be how to properly cook Wahoo. One of my recent Wahoo videos, I actually had a couple, not nasty comments, just people saying, oh, it's a bummer, you got a Wahoo, it's not really one of the best eaten fish, which I know we all have opinions, but for the life of me, I can't figure out how, in some form or fashion, you couldn't be a fan of Wahoo, unless you had it maybe cooked incorrectly. It is amazing raw, sashimi, ceviche. It's amazing cooked, but it is a mackerel. Mackerel dries out really easily, so if you overcook it, you might as well throw it in the trash. So I'm just going to show you a little tip that I have used over the years to cooking Wahoo properly. That way, maybe if you don't like it, you can learn to like it, or if you love it, you can cook it right. In my opinion, but one of the things I see people do is cook it in a whole chunk, and I really don't like that because it's really hard to cook, say, a loin like that and make sure the inside is done and that this isn't, the outer edges aren't going to be dry. So if I'm cooking Wahoo, typically we're going to eat it raw for the first week, and then we'll start cooking it. But I just wanted to show you guys this. I slice them in little medallions, and I try to keep them all uniform. The reason being, if they're all the same thickness, like that piece is odd shaped, the end is real thin and then the center is real thick, you're not going to cook it evenly. There's no way to. So I slice them in little medallions like this, and I've showed this before, but it's been a while, but you almost can cook Wahoo with a stopwatch. Thought my oil was going to be a little hotter there. The pan's hot, the oil's not hot somehow. You can almost cook it with a stopwatch, and you want to pull it off when it still looks just barely underdone, because it's going to continue to cook. And I'm just going to let the camera roll this whole time so you can see how long it actually takes. And if you, say, are cooking a lot of Wahoo and you're unsure of how long it's going to take, slice a bunch, all the same thickness, and do one tester. That way you don't mess up the whole batch. If you mess one up, you mess up just the one, and say it's a little overdone, take 30 or 40 seconds off the next batch. So I'm just going to let this roll and show you how long this actually takes. Maybe I'll have to speed this up, but give you an actual idea. It does not take long. And I probably had the pan, I got ahead of myself. I think the pan was a little cooler than I thought. I've got all the, I don't know if you can tell, I've got all the windows and doors open. Cooking on a gas stove, the wind doesn't like, or the gas stove doesn't like the wind. But you can see it does go pretty quick. And pretty much what I'm watching, after doing this for so long, I can kind of watch it, but again, if you've gotta, use a stopwatch. Because it's normally, if it's the right heat, it's normally around 1:15, 1:30 on each side, ballpark, but it depends on how thick you are. These are maybe, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. I'm just watching that, the little clearness go away. I can't remember if I said it. If you want merch or spear guns, make sure you have those orders in before December 14th. I'm still flattered you guys even want to buy any of this stuff that has my name on it, but to guarantee Christmas delivery, make sure it's in before December 14th. We're trying to stay on top of it. Alright, so you can see a little over halfway through on this guy. And what I'm watching is, you can see that little, where it's still a little rare, I'm just watching that gap close. This side it already did it a little, but I know it's not done because I think I hit that side when I flipped it or something, but, or maybe it's heat off the side of the pan, but that's what I'm looking for. You'll watch it start to go away. One more quick flip. Heat off. And that is it. That was, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes. So watching the clip back, it was right at about 4 minutes, but keep in mind, it's going to be different for you. So if you do this at home, cook with your instincts. My pan started out a little cooler than I normally would. I'd say normally on average, I'm cooking about 3 to 3.5 minutes for a medallion that size, but those were pretty right on. I probably could have pulled them off about 20 seconds earlier, but they were dang near perfect. I have to watch that clip back, but that is all it takes. So I'm gonna let that sit for about a minute, and we'll see if I'm on. See how well they're actually cooked. All right, so moment of truth. I said rest a minute. Realistically, at least a minute or 2 or 3. You want it to rest. Let's see. Oh, that is perfect. So you see how they're still, hopefully the camera picks it up. It's still moist. You can tell it's just kind of falling apart. Still moist, but not raw. Wahoo is terrible if it's dried out. Oh yeah, still a ton of moisture in there. Like I said, if you overcook Wahoo, throw it in the trash, give it to the dog. It's completely awful. So this is just a little makeshift lunch, just leftover mango salsa I had. The seasoning I put on there was actually spicy, goes nice with the mango salsa, and a little bit of balsamic glaze. So that is all I have. Ooh, let me get this camera. I'm gonna enjoy my lunch. Can't thank you guys enough for watching. Genuinely cannot appreciate all the support. Still kind of hard to believe that this is my life, and I get to do this for fun and make a little bit of money doing it, and it's because of you guys. That is all I have. Hope you guys are having a good holiday. Got Christmas coming up, and I will see you on the next one. What do you think, Tipsy? Looking for some scraps? We will see you next time.